All right, we're going to be talking about some pentatonic scales. There's 5 boxes, there's 5 notes in the pentatonic scale, so you're going to have 5 different positions to start off the 6th string. So box 1 will be on the 6th string, 5th fret. Box 2 starts on the 8th fret. It's simply box 3 is up on 10. And box 4 is on 12. And box 5 is on 15. And a good exercise you can do to get more familiar with the fretboard is what I call the pentatonic workout. And I really believe that to improvise through any scale freely, you have to have what I call fretboard visualization. And you know, the best way to get fretboard visualization is by constantly chopping up your scales and patterns in as many different directions as possible. And the pentatonic workout is something I give my beginning lead students just to force them to play out of a single position. So what this does is it starts in box 5 on the lower octave on the 3rd fret, and we're going to ascend the first pattern and then descend the next, and ascend, descend continually through the scales all the way up the fretboard and back down. That was the whole thing. Now, on my guitar, I have 24 frets, but even so, you can't get box 3 an octave higher because you'd have to have 25 frets for that one. So when I get to box 2 in the upper octave, I just turn it around from there. So that's the pentatonic workout. that will kind of help you to start breaking out of single positions and just more fretboard awareness. Awesome. Ready? Okay, another thing that you can do if you'd like to take your pentatonics to the next step is turn them into 3-note per string shapes. And there's a couple of different ways that I do it. I'll play them as 3 notes per string linear, where I actually play across the fretboard, just continuing up to the next position. That's pretty cool. It takes you way across the fretboard, and there's some pretty big stretches involved. Because if you try to play a 3-note per string pentatonic in one position, every time you change strings, you get a repeat note. And I try to avoid that. So you just... Another idea that you can do if you want to do 3-note per string pentatonics and not go over the entire neck is I will take something like an E minor pentatonic, like that. It takes me into the next position, but what I'll do when I get to that position is then I'll go back a position. So it's like... That was a little bit better. And something else you can do, not to get way off the subject, well, actually it's getting way off the subject, but you want me to show it anyway? All right, check this out. This is a cool thing it's kind of pentatonic shaped, but it's really a diminished triad. And what you're doing is the same pattern that I just did with the last pentatonic.